Hello everyone, how are you? I hope that you have completed your all sessions, you have learned all the things. So let's revise our lesson number 6, physical and chemical changes. Okay, see, first in this lesson we have learned about physical properties and chemical properties in session number 1. So physical properties means what? The properties that we can understand with their appearance, okay, with our senses. Means what? We can see that the object is shiny or dull, okay, we can hear that is metal or non-metal, we can feel that, okay, then we can touch that it is hard or soft, then we can take the smell, we can measure the temperature, we can say the state, size, volume, weight. So all these are physical properties that we have learned. Then we have learned about chemical properties, okay, some properties that you are, just look in this picture, okay, I have not taken while the session is there, okay, so avoid that. We have learned about toxicity, then the combustion means same as a burning, then chemical stability, flammability, reactivity, pH, okay, the reaction between the two substances, that are the chemical properties, okay. Then see the introduction part. We have already learned that there are many changes are happening around us all the time, from day to night there are changes, correct? So that changes you can see here means from sunset to sunrise or sunrise to sunset, day to night, weather changes, then season changes, food ripening, then the seed germination, the growth of the growth of plant from the seeds, all are the changes that happening around us. Some changes are man-made changes, some are natural, some are slow, some are fast. Some changes are temporary changes and some changes are permanent, that are reversible and irreversible. Then some changes are physical and some are chemical. So these are the types of changes that we have learned. When the changes are there, maybe there is there is an involvement of one or more substances, okay. Then we have learned about physical changes, okay. While the PPT is going on, take the screenshot of each page or each slide so you can get the notes properly and easily. You can write that notes in your notebook and you can read that for your exam, okay. So from that revision you can complete or you can learn all the things, all the terms. So physical changes means what? When there is a substance undergoes a physical change, means there is a there is a change in physical properties like state, size, shape, okay. So there is a change in physical properties and there is no new substance is formed while the change is going on. So that changes are known as physical changes. Generally the physical changes are reversible, means we can get the original substance back, okay. For example, the heating of water, okay, as we are putting the water or we are adding a water in a bowl, then we are started to give heat to the water. The water is changes to water vapor. Again, by providing the cool temperature or ice and all, we can get the water droplets again. So that is a reversible change. Melting of butter. Again, if that melted butter you keep in a refrigerator, you will get the solid butter. Cutting of paper. You can stick the paper again, not in that much size or that same shape, but you can get that paper. Or after the cutting paper, there is a formation of plastic, formation of metal. No, the paper is as it is. So that are reversible or physical changes. So you can see here a crushing of can, melting an ice cube, boiling water, mixing sand with water, breaking glass. Now how can you tell that breaking of glass is a physical? In breaking, okay, after breaking of glass, okay, if you are throwing a stone to the glass, means the glass is broken down. But after the breaking process, the glass converted to plastic? No, glass is in broken pieces. So glass is as it is, and that's why the change is physical change. Then dissolving sugar in water, shredding pepper, chopping wood, mixing green and red marbles, and the sublimation of dry ice. Sublimation means directly there is change in state. Understood? So all these are physical changes. Then we have learned about chemical changes. Now opposite to that, means opposite to physical changes, in chemical changes there is a formation of new substances, okay, and that changes are irreversible changes. Means after change we cannot get back the original substance, okay. The original substance and the final product both are having different properties. For example, take the tomato and tomato soup, okay. The original substance is tomato. When we are cutting the tomato, tomato remains as it is, so that is physical change. But when after cutting off tomato we are adding the spices, water, sugar, means we are making a tomato soup, okay, tomato soup. Both are having different properties, okay. Tomato you can say that is a solid, but the tomato soup, that is a liquid, means the state change, there is a formation of new substance, and again from the tomato soup we cannot get the tomato back. Understood? So like that the changes are chemical changes. For example, cooking of food, ripening of fruit, lightening a matchstick, aging of leaves, digestion of food. Okay, so all these are irreversible and chemical changes. So you can see here the rusting of iron, okay, there is a formation of rust, burning of food, formation of ash, metabolism, formation of that food and all, cooking an egg, okay, we cannot get the egg, original egg back, baking of cake, we cannot get back the batter, electroplating, rotting banana, vinegar and baking soda mixture, fireworks and chemical battery, okay. After finishing the battery, can you use that battery again and again? No, so that are irreversible or chemical changes, okay. So you can see here the difference between the physical and chemical changes. Physical changes are mostly reversible and chemical changes are not reversible, okay, they are irreversible. No new substances are formed in physical change, one or more new substances are formed in chemical change. The substance retain its chemical properties, mean the properties of original and final products same in physical change, but if we are talking about chemical change, there is a formation of new substance, means they are having different properties. Understood? So you can see chemical. See before wood log, okay, wood log is there, then there is a burning of wood log, and then we get ash, correct, means wood properties are different, ash properties are different. From ash can we get the wood back? No. So these are chemical changes. See physical, whole lemon is there, then we have cutted that lemon, okay, we are making the slice. After that, after cutting off lemon, the lemon changes to orange, the lemon changes to apple? No. Okay, the lemon remains as it is. That is a physical change. Then we have learned some characteristics of chemical changes, that is the absorption of heat or the production of heat and light, production of sound, change in color, change in the smell, and formation of gas. So all these changes or all these characteristics you can see in these examples. See the absorption or the production of heat and light, that is a burning, okay, burning process. Then melting of ice, that also results in absorption of heat. Production of sound, that is the bursting of fireworks in which there is a production of sound. Change in the color, if there is a rusting of iron, there is a change in color. The rotting of fruits and vegetables, there is also a change in color. The bright color changes to dull. Then there is a formation of gas, okay, antacids, milk of magnesia, remember the acid, bases and salts, okay, milk of magnesia which is known as antacid, okay. When there is a acidity, we are taking the antacids like ENO and all. So when we are putting the antacids in water, there is a formation of bubbles, that indicates the production of gas. Then change in the smell. When the food gets spoiled, the odor is bad, okay, means there is a change in smell. Then we have learned the rusting of iron, okay. For that we are taking the copper sulfate solution. In that we have put it the iron nail, okay. After that the solution, the blue color solution changes to green color, and there is a deposition of iron on, sorry, the deposition of copper metal on iron, means there is a formation of rust. So that process, rusting of iron, is a chemical change. Then we have learned the reaction between the vinegar and baking soda, where we can learn one characteristics, that is a formation of gas, okay, the formation of bubbles. When the solution, we have added a vinegar in the baking soda, there is a production of carbon dioxide. When we allow the carbon dioxide passes through the lime water, there is a formation of bubbles, okay. So you can see here the reaction. Whatever the reactions are there, please write from the textbook only, okay. Then we have learned the burning of magnesium ribbon, okay. We have seen that a bright flame is coming out, okay, while the burning of magnesium ribbon, okay. So Mg is react with oxygen forming MgO. Then again we have added the water, okay. There is a formation of magnesium hydroxide, which is a basic in nature. We have seen that, okay. The litmus paper, the experiment with litmus paper. See the rusting of iron, already we have learned that, okay. There is a formation of rust, that is Fe2O3, okay. Don't take this example, understood? See, here we have learned the change in color, one characteristics, but that is also related to the rusting, okay. Don't confuse. So see the rusting of iron, in which the iron comes in contact with oxygen and water and formation of red color substance, which is known as rust, okay. And how can we prevent the rusting of iron? By galvanization and by painting. So painting means what? We are applying paint on that iron objects to avoid the contact with oxygen and moisture. Then galvanization, that we are applying a layer of zinc or chromium metals on the iron. Then we have learned that crystallization, in which the crystals are forming of a pure substances from its solution. So that experiment also we have seen, we have observed, okay. In exercise we have discussed about crystallization. So take the notes of this, listen and see the crystallization experiment, understood? In crystallization we have got the copper sulfate crystals from copper sulfate solutions, understood? So like that we have completed our revision of physical and chemical changes. I hope that you have learned this topic, okay. It is a very interesting topic. So please complete your notes, complete your exercise, see the sessions again and again, okay. Take care and thank you.